So we'll sit down with our legs crossed. And it doesn't matter which one you have on top of the other, and just kind of try to sit up as tall as you can. So if you need to pull those glutes away so that you can ground down through your sits bones, go ahead and do that. And then we're gonna go ahead and just bring the hands out to the side and bring your like fingertips to the mat. So not your whole palm, just the fingertips out to the side. You're gonna bring both hands out on either side of you. And then we're gonna go ahead and start with the left ear to that left shoulder. So we're gonna side bend the head, keep reaching the arms away from you. This is gonna release tension in the neck, you know, kind of relax the scaling muscles that kind of tense up sometimes when we're tight. And now from here, go ahead and rotate the chin, just the chin, down towards the ground as much as your neck will allow. And then rotate just the chin again up towards the ceiling. So my ear is still down towards my shoulder. My chin is the one that's moving up and down, and I'm gonna rotate it back down. And I'm still reaching my arms long, so you should still feel a little bit of a stretching on that left side. So you're gonna look up and down one more time. And then come back into center. Release the shoulders, and then we'll go ahead and open out the arms one more time, fingertips to the mat. Okay, right ear to that right shoulder. Perfect. Hold it here for a second. Keep reaching, actively reach the hands away from you. And then we're gonna rotate that chin down to that floor, and then rotate it up towards the ceiling. So this is like a really, really nice morning stretch. A lot of times we get really tight around our necks and we don't even know it, just like from waking up and stuff. And let's do that one more time. And look down, perfect. And then go ahead and come on in, shake the shoulders out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and clasp the hands behind the back. I'm just gonna rotate so you can see me. Go ahead and clasp the hands behind the back. Pull the hands down, so try to get the hands to touch the mat. Open up the chest, look up. Gaze your eyes up, keep pulling the hands maybe kind of away from your back. So kind of far away from you, like somebody's pulling you towards them. And stretching, squeezing your shoulders. I'm gonna go ahead and release. And we're gonna take that counter stretch, place the hands on the knees, round the spine, give me that cat-cow movement here. So rounding the spine, belly button pulls in, find that nice C curve. And then we'll take that counter again. So hands clasped together, open up the chest, pull them away from you. Look up, arch the back, squeeze the shoulders. And then go ahead and place the hands on the knees, round the back. Look at that belly button. Perfect. And then come back up to a nice tall spine. We're gonna extend the legs out in front of us. And again, make sure those cheeks are out of the way, sits bones are grounded. We're gonna flex the feet, okay? So flex them so that they're pointing up towards you. We're gonna take a little forward fold. So extend the arms out in front of you and think about reaching past your feet. Keep your eyes gazing forward. So don't look down just yet. So eyes are gazing forward. You're reaching as far as you can and then come back up. So what happens when we do it like this, where we're not looking down, you take that stretch away from the upper back and kind of target a little bit more the low back, which is where most of us need that stretch. Okay, let's do that one more time. Exhale, reach forward, keep your gaze up. And stack up tall. Okay, now this time we'll round the spine so you'll feel the stretch up in the upper back. Go ahead and reach forward, look down, round the spine. You can let your arms drape down wherever they'll go, on your shin, up over your toes, on the mat. So now you should feel this a little bit more in the rib cage. And then go ahead and stack up nice and tall. Beautiful. Shoulders down away from the ears. This time we'll point the toes, squeeze those legs together. So imagine you have like something in between your knees. Hands come out in front of you. You're going to begin to give me that counter stretch. So tucking the tailbone under, rounding the low back. Shoulders stay down away from the ears. You're going to go back to the point where you feel like if you go further, you're going to fall. And then you're going to come right back up. Find that nice tall spine. So keep that active squeeze in between the legs. Scoop the belly, lower down. And then come right back up. And what I want you to do is play around with this, like with your body, right? Go down to that point where you feel like, oh, I can go maybe a couple more inches and then come right back up, right? And everybody's point is going to be different. So this is the beauty of like doing it at your own house. Nobody's watching you, so you can kind of play around with this. You go down to that point where you feel like, oh my goodness, I can't go any further without kind of just plopping. Perfect. Let's do a couple more. We're just warming up the abs here. Awesome. Last one we're gonna do, go ahead and lower down. This time we're gonna hold it here. We're gonna turn the palms up. This is gonna relax the shoulders because I know most of us were holding some tension there. Now, all we're gonna do is pulse the arms up and down. The palms are facing up. We're pulsing the arms. We're holding at our lowest point. Abs should be burning. If they're not, take it down a couple more inches. Breathe. You got 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one, hold the arms steady. Now turn the palms to face down. Bring the elbows down to the mat. Now you're supported. Okay, shoulders down away from the ears. You're gonna go ahead and bend the right knee in. Hold here, okay. Now from here, I want you to take your left hand behind your head. So now you're in this awkward position because you're just supported with that right hand, okay? You're going to go ahead and take that left elbow to that right knee, and then you're gonna extend it back out. So left elbow, right knee, and then extend out. Left elbow, right knee. And we're moving nice and slow. My left foot is pointed. Keep flowing. So I'm feeling this in my right oblique. My right shoulder is working here. We're gonna do 5 more. Perfect. 4, 3, nice and slow. 2, and last one, hold. Go ahead and place that left elbow down, extend the right leg out. Now make sure you don't start drooping down. So push your chest up towards the ceiling. Bring that left knee up into tabletop. Bring that right hand behind your head. Okay, right elbow, left knee, and extend. We're moving nice and slow and controlled. You're pushing your chest up so that you're staying lifted. You got 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold. And right elbow down, left leg goes down. Stay here. Make sure you're not drooping, right? Keep that chest lifted. You're going to bring the right knee into tabletop and the left knee into tabletop. All right, from here, we're staying lifted. We're going to extend the legs out and bring them back in. So extend and bend. Squeeze those legs together. Keep the chest lifted. Chin away from the chest. So keep your gaze slightly up to where the wall meets the ceiling. This will help keep your spine nice and long and take any wrinkles out of your neck. We're gonna do 5 more. 4, woo, abs should be burning. 3, 2, last one, hold it out. Okay, last set. Pilates B, heels together, toes apart. You're gonna tap the toes, tap the heels together. Little tiny taps, hold. You should feel the burn, okay? You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, place the feet down, lower your back all the way down to the mat. Hopefully you guys felt that. Bring your knees into the chest. I did abs yesterday, so I sure as heck felt it. All right, bring the arms down by your side. You're gonna extend the left leg out. Right leg is gonna go up towards the ceiling. All right, from here, we're gonna do those little circles, okay? You have 10 in each direction. Don't worry about going fast, go at your own pace. Make sure the pelvis is staying steady and you're not rocking from side to side. Use your hands to kind of give you that support if you need it. Once you're done with your 10, go ahead and take it into the reverse. Really think about that toes touching the ceiling. So you're staying super active through that right leg. 3, 2, and the last one for me. I'm gonna lower this leg down. I'm gonna lift the left leg up. Again, point the toes so that the quad is engaged. You have those circles. Abs stays pulled in. 3, 2, and last one. I'm going to take it into the reverse. You have 10, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Place both legs down now. Go ahead and take a nice little stretch. Extend the arms overhead. Reach the toes and the fingers into opposite directions. Reach, 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 reach. And relax. Let's bring the arms down by the side. Actually, we're going to take the arms out wide for the next one. You're going to bring the right knee into tabletop, and then the left knee is going to meet it. Point the toes and squeeze the legs together. So your arms are open out into a big T position. Now make sure the knees are not coming in towards your chest. They're staying right over your hips. We're going to focus on our shoulders. We're not going to let them come off of the mat. We're going to drop the right leg, the legs down towards the right, and then we're going to come back into center and drop the legs over towards the left. Now, I like to let the tailbone come up, and I like to find that control and that twist through my middle of my back. So go ahead and make sure that you're keeping your shoulders down. And you're using your breath, right? Inhaling and exhaling. So the worst things we do is when the movements become challenging, we start to hold our breath, right? So can you find movement, but still let the breath flow? Let's do one more to each side. Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and drop the legs towards the right. We're going to extend the legs out, bend them in, bring them back into center. Drop them over towards the left, extend the legs out, bend them in and into center. And I want you to imagine you're kind of like a ballerina and you want to point those toes. You want to get those legs nice and straight, right? So we're just making this a little bit more challenging with that long lever by extending the legs out. And just flow at your own pace, but keep it slow, right? Have a second to rest in the center and then take the legs over to the other side. Perfect. And all right, let's do 2 more to each side. So drop to the right, extend, bend, and back to center. And then left, extend, bend, back to center. Last one, extend, bend, center, and extend. And center. Perfect. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Beautiful. Arms come down by the side this time. Both legs go up towards the ceiling. Okay, so you can have your hands by your side, or you can give me that little triangle underneath your glutes to support your low back. Okay, we're gonna lower the legs down to the point that feels okay in your spine. So for everybody, it's gonna look a little bit different. So you're lowering down as slow as you can go, and then bringing the legs back up as slow as you can go. We're focusing on our back, right? So forget, I know we're using our legs, but I want you to focus, and our abs, I want you to focus more on your back. Are you letting the legs go down too far that you're arching your back? If you are, you need to move those legs up a little higher and make your range of motion a little smaller. Okay, you're only going down to the point where your back allows you to. So staying in that neutral spine and then coming right back up. So what happens is once we lower past that point, we now are no longer training the abs. We are just injuring our spine. So make sure you're very careful about that. Let's do 2 more. Back up towards the ceiling. Perfect. Bring those knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Somebody's unmuted. Who's this? Okay. Go ahead and mute you. All right. Perfect. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and extend the left leg out. Bring the right leg up towards the ceiling. And we're going to grab the back of the right leg. So we'll start with a stretch. Make sure you're not grabbing right at your knees. Grab either above your knees or below. Point both toes, so both feet are pointed, not both toes. You're gonna curl head, neck, and shoulders up. We're gonna take a big, deep inhale. We're gonna exhale, bend the elbows, pull that leg in towards your face as much as you can, keeping the left leg grounded. And then go ahead and release. Let the head go down. Release the tension on the leg. Take a big deep inhale again. Exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Pull that knee in towards your face. And lower back down. All right, now from here, we're gonna lift the left leg up. We're gonna curl head, neck, and shoulders up. You're gonna pull that leg in towards you one more time, bending the elbow. We're gonna take a big deep inhale and exhale, switch. Left leg comes in towards you. Bend the elbows, pull it in towards your face. And switch back to that right leg. And switch to the left. So now we're moving a little bit faster. Switching from right to left. Again, you're moving at your own pace, but keep that pace as slow as your body allows you to, right? Don't rush. If the head starts to get heavy, go ahead and place it down. But the goal is to try to get that leg towards your face, almost like you're gonna give your knee a little kiss. Let's do a couple more. Perfect. And we're gonna end on that left leg. So left leg pulls in towards you. Now hold here, let the right leg go down towards the ground. We're gonna exhale one more time, pull up into that knee just a little bit higher, and then lower the head down. So just like we started on the other side, okay? Release the tension on the leg. Take a big deep inhale. Exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Pull that left leg in towards you. Hold. Ground through the right leg, and then release. One more time. Go ahead and inhale. And exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Bend those elbows, pull in, and lower all the way down. Relax both legs now. Perfect. Okay, hands come back by your side. You're gonna go ahead and give me a Pilates V, and you're gonna bend your knees, okay? So we're gonna call these our little frogs. We do this on the reformer, if you've taken the reformer classes, okay? And all we're gonna do is just press the legs out and in, but the goal is to keep those heels connected the entire time. And you want to try to get the back of the knees to kind of touch as you extend the legs out. So you're gonna press out and in. Now again, keep that back in mind, right? We're not arching the back, you're keeping it in neutral. We're drawing our abs in. Now, if you wanna make this a little bit more challenging, you can go ahead and curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Make sure you release tension from your neck. And the goal is to try to get that back of the knees to squeeze together. We're gonna do 5 more here. And then we're gonna add a little ankle mobility. 3, 2, the last one, hold it, point the toes. Now, as you bring the legs back towards you, you're gonna flex the feet, and then you're gonna point, squeeze those inner thighs. Flex and point. Now, you should feel the quad engage here. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex, point. 5 more. 3, 2, the last one, we're gonna point and hold. Hold, 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 hold. And bend those knees in, give yourself a little hug. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and rotate onto our bellies. Let's get in some of that back work. So, I love back work. It's one of my favorite things to work on because I have a bad back. So, point the toes. Go ahead and find that nice neutral spine. And then what I want you to do is almost like you're squeezing your glutes, pressing the hips down into the ground. So you're almost like lifting your pelvis slightly off of the floor, okay? Pubic bone stays down. Now, we're gonna take the arms into goalpost arms. We're gonna keep that spine the way I have it, squeezing the glutes. Now, all we're gonna do is lift the arms and the head up off of the ground. So arms lift up and lowers back down. Now, keep your gaze down. This is going to help you protect the back of your neck. Lift up and lower. Again, are you squeezing your glutes? Are you supporting that low back by pressing your pubic bone into the ground? Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, nice and slow. 2. The last one, we're gonna lift and hold, guys. Stay here, toes are down on the ground and pointed. Lift, keep your gaze down. Can you give me a little bit more height without looking up? Just by squeezing the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let the head, shoulders, arms relax. All right. So we're gonna bring the hands right in front of the head and create like a little pillow with your hands, one on top of the other, and rest your head right on top. Okay, so from here, you're gonna make sure that your shoulders are down and away from the ears. If you release the squeeze in the glutes, go ahead and add it back in, draw the abs in, pull that belly button off of the mat. We're gonna lift the left elbow off of the mat. We're gonna keep the right elbow onto the mat. So take a big deep inhale, exhale, lift, keep the hands glued together, and then lower back down. Head is glued onto that, the hands. We're gonna lift the right side up now. Lift, lift, lift as high as you can, and then lower it down. And let's do the left side. Left side comes up and lowers down. Notice that my hips are still on the mat. Lift, as I'm lifting, hips, both hips are down. And lift. So we're finding nice twist in our spine. We're also working our obliques here. Now take a second to notice your shoulders. Make sure you're not shrugging, right? We tend to shrug when the movements become hard. And let's flow for a couple more. Let's do about 2 more to each side. And again, nice and slow movements. Last one. And come back down to center. Relax those shoulders, relax the body, relax everything. Okay, we're gonna extend the arms out into just as wide as your mat, and you're gonna bring your feet as wide as your mat also. Let your head relax, forehead to the mat. All right, now squeeze the glutes, activate through the hands, point the toes, begin to lift up all the way, everything left, arms, shoulders, legs, belly button pulls in, gaze is still down so you have a nice long cervical spine. Point the toes, reach in opposite direction. Can you get your arms and your legs a little bit higher? You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower all the way down. Relax your head, relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna bend the knees, heels come together, toes are apart, and the knees are slightly wide, okay? Place your hands down on the mat and create that pillow once more. Relax the shoulders. So we're gonna work the glutes here. So all you're trying to do is lift the knees up off of the ground. So you're gonna kick those heels up towards the ceiling and then lower back down. Lift them up and lower back down. Now, depending on how strong your hamstrings are, your glutes are, and your low back, that may look a little higher. You may be able to lift your knees higher off of the ground. And if your strength is not really there yet, maybe it's just a kind of little pulse up. And that's okay too, all right? Make sure you're not creating tension in the neck. So shoulders stay down. We're gonna do 10 more. Kick those heels up for 8. And 6. And 4. 2. And last one. Lower all the way down. Extend the legs out. Bring the hands by your chest. Push yourself up and take that little child's pose. Toes come together, knees splay out to the side, arms are long. Reach and just breathe here. Okay. From here, press your hands down into the mat, lift yourself up into a tabletop position. Awesome. Okay. So make sure your wrists are right over your shoulders, and I like to create like almost like a little external rotation with my hands. So kind of like little starfish fingers out to the side, and my pointer finger is pointing towards the top of that mat. Okay, knees are down underneath the hips. We're gonna go ahead and tuck the toes under, and we're gonna lift ourselves up off of our knees. So now we're just lifted off of our knees. We're gonna draw the abs in. Can you create that cat-cow movement? So that rounding of the spine, lifting the knees up, and then lowering down. We're gonna take it into that cat position. So we're here arching the back, looking up. So we're gonna take that into that flow from that movement to this movement, okay? So from here, round the spine, lift the knees up, pull the belly button in, hold, and then drop the knees down, take it into extension. So we're working in flexion and extension. Okay, round the spine, lift the knees up, push away from the mat. Can you get your back high? Can you create the biggest C curve with your spine? And then drop the knees down, arch the back. So you should be creating some heat in the body now. Go ahead and round the spine, pull the belly button up, lift the knees, push away from the mat. And drop the knees down, arch the back. The last one, we're gonna hold a little bit longer. So round, lift, hold, stay here, knees are off of the floor, push away from the mat. You got 5. Can you get the back even higher? 4, 3, 2, and last one, drop down. Take it into that extension. Nice. Okay, find that neutral spine for me. We're gonna take the right arm out, hold here. Knees are still tucked, toes are still tucked under. Okay, so that right toe is gonna stay tucked under. You're gonna take that left foot out. All right? So we're just balancing here. Now, can you flex the foot so that the toes are pointing down, so that left toes are pointing down? All right, we're gonna take it into a lift. So we're gonna lift, just like we did when we were on the ground, on our bellies. We're gonna lift the arm, lift the leg as high as it can go. And then we're gonna tap the toes and the hands down. We're gonna lift as high as it can go. And tap the toes down. Perfect. Lift hands and toes off of the mat and lower it down. Perfect. Keep lifting and lowering. Last 3, lift. Perfect. Lower, lift, lower. Last one, we're gonna hold, lift to your highest point. Lift, 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 and lower. Place that right hand down. Come back into center. Lift the left hand up. Hold here, toes are still tucked under. Extend that right leg out. Draw the abs in and inhale. Exhale, lift everything as high as possible. Lower, tap down. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Lift and lower. Notice how I tricked you guys. We went from working the back to still working the back. Lift up and lower. Same movement, just up now, making it a little bit more challenging. Last 2, lift, lower. Last one, we're gonna hold as high as you can get it. And lower all the way down. Go ahead and point the toes, sink back into a child's pose. Give your low back a little bit of a rest. You can kind of wiggle from side to side. Let it kind of relax. And we're gonna work some triceps now. So whenever you're ready, come back, meet me in that tabletop position. Now what I want us to do is start to bring the knees back. Now if this bothers your knees, you can fold the mat over so you have a little bit of more cushion, or place a little pillow underneath your knees. So your shoulders are gonna go over your wrist and your hips are gonna go forward. So now this is important. This plank position here, this kind of like push-up position, is where we wanna be. We don't wanna be here with our butts out, okay? So squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward. My knees are about hip width apart. Now make sure your elbows are pointing towards your knees, towards the back. You're gonna bend the elbows, go down to wherever you can go, right? Some of you are here, some of you are here. That's okay, doesn't matter. Wherever you can go, keeping your elbows back and then press up. Okay, what happens is when our elbows are out to the side, we're no longer working the triceps. And that's where we as women kind of need to work. We all could use a little bit more strengthening there. Keep those elbows pointing back, that glute squeezed, and you're just going down and up. So Find a rhythm that works for you. Remember, elbows push back. The more you can squeeze like right by your ribs, the better. So even if you're just going down an inch, trust me, you're gonna feel it. We're gonna do 10. I know. 9, 8, 7, 6, keep squeezing those glutes. 5, 4. All right, on the last one we hold. 3, 2, let's hold. Hold, squeeze, 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 and press all the way up. Come into a seated position or a child's pose, wherever you want to find that little release. Okay, shoulders relax. Get out of your head. That was over. We're done. Triceps are worked. Okay, let's work the booty, okay? So from here, we're gonna go ahead and rotate to our side. But I don't want us to lie down completely, okay? So we're gonna take this one lifted. So I'm kind of like lying down on my right hip. My toes are stacked up on top of one another. My knees are stacked up on top of one another. And I'm gonna come down to my elbow. I'm gonna make sure that my shoulder is in line with my elbow. I'm not kind of sagging here, I'm staying lifted, right? So this curvature here is really important for you to keep. Okay, we're gonna take that left leg out. All we're gonna do is we're gonna lift that left leg, or the top leg, whichever one you have out first, as high as you can go without rotating back. So make sure your hips are stacked. So we're just gonna hold it here to your highest point, okay? Now from your highest point, we're gonna do little tiny pulses up, up, up. Toes are flexed. Stay lifted, chest is forward, right? Bring those proud chest forward, shoulders back away from the ears. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it up, hold it up. Okay, we're gonna bend the knee in, kick it back out. Bend the knee in, and notice I started to sag too. See, it happens to everybody. Bend the knee in and press back out. So if you're not constantly checking yourself, right? Pressing away from the mat, keeping that curvature to the spine, that distance from the mat, you're gonna start to sag. And that's when we get into that bad form and we end up hurting ourselves. All right, let's do 5, 4, 3, kick it to your highest point, right? 2, last one, press out. Now we're gonna bend it in halfway. Keep that bend, flex the foot. We're gonna tap the toes down and lift up, open up. Toes tap down and lift. Toes tap down and lift. So what we're doing is we're taking that glute medius into internal and external rotation. So we're targeting that glute medius. Toes down and up. And you're opening up to whatever point you can without rotating back, right? So you're staying stacked, hips are still stacked. Just going from internal to external. 5, 4, 3, check your shoulders, make sure you're still staying up. 2, last one, and bend that knee into the chest. And go ahead and lift up. So now what you're gonna feel is that shoulder, that arm that was pressing away from the mat should be feeling like it's doing some work, right? So now we're gonna take it to the other side. So press away from the mat. If you're doing it right, you should feel that arm, okay? Ribs stay lifted, knees are bent. We're gonna extend that top leg out. Perfect. We're gonna lift up to our highest point, flex the foot. Chest is lifted, shoulders back. All right, we go up and down. We're trying to stay at our highest point. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up as high as possible. Chest stays lifted. Belly button pulls in. Okay, we bend the knee in and press it out. Bend in and out. So kick that heel out. Toes are pointing forward. Remain lifted through that other side, that bottom side. We're kicking to our highest point. We got 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one, extend out. Okay, now we're gonna bend it in halfway. Remember, toes are gonna tap down and lift up. Toes tap and lift. Turn the toes down and lift. Only rotate open as much as you can without letting that hip go back. Press away from the mat. Beautiful, and breathe. And 4, last 3, 2, last 1, lower down. All right, push yourselves up. Let's stretch out that glute. So come onto your knees, sit on top of them. Perfect, okay. So we're gonna take a little forward fold, but we're gonna walk the hands over towards the right. So just forward fold, and then begin to walk the fingertips over towards the right. And now let's let that left hip sink down towards the left side. So you should feel a nice stretch from your rib cage all the way down to that glute. And beautiful. We're gonna come into center and let's go ahead and take it to the other side. Okay, so walk the hands over to the other side. Perfect. And then back into center. Awesome. Great job, guys. Okay, so we're gonna take it standing now. We're gonna do some more leg work, but I wanna do it standing. So press yourselves up to a standing position. So I'd like to start every movement with a little bit of a stretch. So we're gonna take it, and I'm gonna turn this way so you can see me. Take the left leg forward, the right leg back. And I wanna make sure that my feet are as wide as my hips. So don't stagger them one in front of the other because you'll have bad balance, okay? And we are going to be working on our balance. So now I'm gonna try to step my foot back, but make sure that my back heel is down. So you should feel a nice stretch through the back of the legs, okay? We're gonna fold forward. You can bend into that front knee. Keep that heel down. And we're gonna bend into that front knee and then straighten that front knee. So we're gonna bend and straighten. Now keeping that back heel down, we're working on strengthening and stretching the calf muscles here. So that right calf muscle should be feeling the stretch. Perfect. All right, from here, we're gonna ground into our left foot, draw the abs in and lift the chest up, but we're staying strong through the left leg. Right leg is down, right heel is down. Now my abs are gonna pull in so that I have a nice strong core. Okay, from here, we're gonna extend the arms overhead. We're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, from here, you're gonna bend that right knee. You're gonna bring that right knee in and come up to standing. And then you're gonna go back down into that little lunge pose. Okay, so right knee comes in, stand, and then come down into that lunge pose. Right knee in and down. In and down. So you should start to feel that left leg start to talk to you. It's gonna start to complain. It's gonna tell you it's tired. Maybe your balance is a little off on this side, and that's okay. Be kind to yourself. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Press back, place your heel down, take a stretch once more. Bring the hands to the ground. Try to straighten out that left leg. Catch your breath. Let the head relax, let the shoulders relax. and then come up to standing. Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and shake the legs out. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So left leg goes back, right leg is in front, feet are hip width apart. We're gonna take that forward fold, okay? And if you are not as flexible, you can always use a block or anything like that, or you can bring your hands to your shin, that's okay too. Okay, so we're gonna bend into that right knee and straighten. Bend and straighten. Perfect. On the next one, we're gonna go ahead and bend that right knee, come up to a lifted position, ground down through the heels, okay? Find that nice form, abs are pulled in, back is in one nice straight line. We're gonna extend the arms overhead. We're gonna bring those left toes down towards the ground, and we're gonna bend into that left knee. Okay, we're in a lunge position here. Okay, setting up for our movement. From here, we're gonna lift up, bring that knee in, and then press back down. Bring that knee in, and press down. Knee in, and down. And take a moment to kind of like check your body, right? Is this the worst side for you, or is this the best side? You know, for me, my right side is a little off. And that's all right. Balance is one of those things that is never consistent. It's always changing depending on your sleep and depending on the day. All right, we got 5, 4, and 3, 2, last one. Press back, let that heel go down, straighten out that right leg, take a little forward fold, catch your breath. And then bring that left leg to meet the right. Stay in a forward fold. Let the head hang, shake it out. And very slowly begin to lift up all the way. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to work our calf muscles a little bit, okay? So what I want to do, I'm going to stay facing this way. If you want to face forward, you can. All right. So feet are going to be hip width apart. The movement's going to look like this. So we're going to go ahead and bend down, kind of graze the floor with our hands, and then lift up. So we're going to graze and lift. And I want you to press your hands back behind you. Okay, so graze and lift onto our tippy toes. Graze the floor, lift up. Okay, and lift. Graze down and lift. Almost like you're gonna like take flight. Lift. So here, we're not only raising our heart rate, but we're also strengthening our calf muscles. We're working our quads. We're working our arms. If you're pressing them back with force, your triceps are getting some work. All right, you should start to get winded. We're gonna do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up, shake it out. Perfect. Okay, hopefully your heart rate is a little high now. All right, so this is a movement that we do on a daily basis, right? When we come up from sitting on a chair, we come up. We should learn how to work in that movement. Okay, last little bit that we're gonna do here. We're gonna come into a Pilates. Actually, let's bring the feet out wide. And we are gonna take it into a little bit of a Pilates V. Hold on a second. Sorry. Okay. All right, so take it out wide in a slight Pilates V with the feet in external. We're gonna turn the palms to face back, so the thumbs are gonna face down towards our thighs, okay? And the palms face behind us. We're gonna bring the hands to right by our sides, and we're gonna lift the pinky up. as high as possible. And then lower back down. So the thumbs are pressing down, and we're gonna lift and lower. So if you have weights, feel free to grab them, but I promise you're gonna start to feel these, okay? Because we're gonna stay here for a little bit. So we're gonna open and close. Open, close. Palms face down, really keep that pinky up towards the ceiling. And what that's gonna do is create a little internal rotation in that shoulder girdle, okay? Which should alleviate any kind of little socket issues we may have. Draw the abs in, keep the thumbs pressing down. If you're using weights and this starts to get a little heavy, go ahead and put the weights down. We're gonna do 5 more. 4, 3, 2. The last one we're gonna hold up. We're gonna do little tiny pulses, up, up for 10. Keep those thumbs pointing down, pinkies pointing up. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold the arms steady, keep the thumbs pointing down. We're gonna bring the hands to touch in front of us and hands back. Hands touch, hands back. Palms are facing back behind you, almost like you're swimming. Pinkies are still pointing up. Perfect. I'm definitely feeling my shoulders and I have no weights. Okay, we're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it here. Okay, hold the hands together. Now turn the palms down. You're gonna open into goalpost arms. We're gonna lower the elbows to the ribs and open back up. Lower and open. Lower and open. So a little body weight here. If you wanna use those weights, feel free to do so. But you should feel those shoulders start to burn because we're moving from one movement to the next without giving our body a rest. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. We extend and bend. This is your last movement here, last movement of class. Can you push yourselves? Bend and extend. You got 5, 4, palms are down now. 3, 2, and last one. Relax those shoulders, relax everything. You can place the weights down. We're gonna stay lifted and take a couple of stretches here. Bring the feet to point forward this time. So no more external rotation. We're gonna go ahead and take the right hand to the right side of our thigh. We're gonna bring the left hand up and over. Slide that hand right down your side so that you're staying in a side bend instead of rotating down. Okay, from here, take your gaze slightly up just a little bit. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward, and then come back up. Place that left hand down, take the right hand up. Side bend, rotate, look up towards the ceiling. Slight little gaze up, and then come back in to center. Okay, we're gonna hinge at the waist. So hinging forward, you're gonna take your hands, place them onto your thighs. You can open your legs slightly wider if you'd like. You're gonna go ahead and bring the right shoulder down. So you're keeping the right arm straight, left arm bent, and you're gonna look back behind you, press into that right knee just a little bit, but don't let it splay open, okay? So you're trying to stretch out your arm. Come back into center, drop that left shoulder down, bend the right elbow, look back behind you. Come back into center. Okay, straighten the legs as much as possible. Give me a little forward fold. Let the head hang. So we're here. Toes are pointing forward. Shoot those hips back. See if you can find length in the torso. Grab opposite elbows, let the head hang here. Sway from side to side. Release the tension in your neck. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Place both hands down onto the mat. Press yourself up to a flat back. Hold here. And then let the head relax back down once more. Now we're going to go ahead and bend the knees and come down into a kneeling position. Now we're going to come down to our mats. We're going to take our eyes and close them. Place your hands right on your thighs. Just take a big deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. And just keep breathing here. Let's take this little second to honor our bodies, to say thank you for showing up today, to be kind to it and allow for the limitations that we had today. And come back into our mats tomorrow and move past those limitations. We're going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Take a big deep inhale. Clasp the hands together. Bring them down into our chest. And we are done. Thank you so much. Happy Tuesday, guys. I will see you guys